Hello everyone, welcome back to the Simtelligence channel. Today I have for you a creative sim for Ella for my new mini Let's Play series on the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack. I named this sim Ella because she is enchanted. Now she is obviously named after Ella Enchanted, the movie starring Anne Hathaway. This movie was one of my favorite movies growing up. I've seen it hundreds of times. Anne Hathaway is my favorite actress. And this name just kind of came to me because the pack is called Enchanted by Nature, and I get to call her Ella Enchanted by Nature. So here we have Ella Enchanted by Nature. She's not necessarily physically inspired by Ella from the movie. I was playing around with genetics with a few of my sims and I stumbled upon this sim. I really didn't even change much of her face. This is just what the genetics gave me. And honestly, I like how she turned out. She doesn't I've come to the conclusion that I don't have same face syndrome, which makes me very happy because most simmers do, and I think once upon a time I did probably have same face syndrome. I hope I don't though, but I do have a lot of presets and whatnot, and so I have the opportunity to just use those. Also, I typically just use whatever base the game generates for me, and I'll go based on that. I also do just appreciate diversity within my game, so I try my best to diversify the my sims. So here we have Ella, Enchanted by Nature. As of now, when I created her, she is a human, but eventually she will obviously be a fairy. Now I've already recorded the first part of this series. I'm thinking it's going to be about 10 at most it'll be 10 parts. I want to just do a complete playthrough of everything for that expansion pack, and I've already recorded the first portion and I really enjoyed it. I did not enjoy, however, when my game crashed and I had not saved. I think I was like 30 minutes in. She was about to become a fairy and then the game just crashed. Now I did play it the day after the update, which broke plenty of mods, and I had to take those mods out. Well, I don't think I had to take that many mods out, but it did break mainly UI stuff, which I did have to remove. It's fine. And then there's obviously, MC command that probably was broken and other bits and bobs. I also just have way too much in my folder, to be honest. But it's fine. I'm working on cleaning it out. Anyways, here we have Ella. I wasn't sure what hair color I wanted to go with her. I also wasn't sure what hair I wanted to do. When I pick hairs for my sims, I go through the entire folder to make sure that I don't miss a suitable hair. Now, as of right now, she is blonde, but I'm really digging the whole white hair, Targaryen, Valerian thing. Yes, House of the Dragon is one of my favorite shows, and Rhaenyra Targaryen is one of my favorite show characters ever. And so I really like to use white hair. And also I felt that it was fitting for her. But most of the white hair swatches are kind of like grayish. Well, I guess with House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, it's more so considered silver, but to you and I, it's white. But eventually I stumbled upon a swatch. I believe this is a custom swatch. I don't even know what hair or who created the hair. But this is a custom swatch, I think, and I like this color. It wasn't giving gray necessarily like an elder. It was more so giving silver, like a Targaryen. So I went with that, and I really liked it. Also, for her looks overall, I kind of kept her outfits somewhat simple. I didn't want her to look like she had money because we're starting off with nothing. This is going to be a rags to riches. I'm assuming, from what I've seen, from the content I've seen, I think fairies and gardening is a pretty good duo and can really skyrocket the fairies' pockets, especially if they have better luck. So, I don't think we're going to have to worry about money for long. Once we do get our money up, actually, the first thing we do when we get our money up, we need 2,000 simoleons because I want Ella to adopt a horse. I also did make her a horse lover, which you will see at the end. And I tried to use a lot of Enchanted by Nature clothes and whatnot. I couldn't do the hair. I didn't even look at the hair because I just need custom hair. But I did give her, I think this outfit right here is Enchanted by Nature. And those shoes, maybe not those shoes, but she does have a pair of shoes and some of her outfits that I got from the Nature's Calling event, which I also played and I also recorded. I just have not edited and uploaded it yet, but I will work on it. I want to release the Enchanted by Nature, the first playthrough for Ella, pretty soon. Maybe tomorrow, but I doubt I'll even, who knows. But again, like I said, the game did crash midway through. I didn't give up though. I hopped right back in and I just sped through it and made sure that Ella got her wings. And she did, and I love the way her wings turned out. Like, they're so cute. Actually, the wings that Mother Nature picked for her, I didn't like the style, but I loved the colorway. It literally matched her so well. I don't know if that was just luck or if the game actually understood the assignment. I'm gonna choose to think that Mother Nature just knows what she's doing. And yeah, so this is Ella. We're finally moving on to outfits. This is actually her second outfit. The second outfit that I picked for her, I only picked it because it had flowers sticking out. I'm pretty sure it's an Alpha CC. Yeah, I think these are them. It has flowers, sunflowers sticking out. I thought that was cute. I thought that was fitting. So that's why I gave her that. Also, Ella is very skinny. I didn't touch her weight, I don't think, her body. If I had my height slider mod in, I would have made her shorter probably because it would have gave Pixie. But again, this is, for the most part, this is what the game generated for her body and her face. And I just lightened the skin a bit. And I wasn't even going to do that intentionally. It just kind of happened. I tend to just pick around, play around, click on stuff until something clicks and makes sense to me. But yes, this is Ella. Now for the fairy pack or Enchanted by Nature itself, first of all, I knew we were getting fairies this year. I knew we were getting fairies in general because the previous Sim generation, Sims 3, we already have pretty much every occult that the previous game had and the previous games have had. I don't know my Sims history, but I know the Sims 3 had fairies. So it was only a matter of time before the Sims 4 got fairies. Especially with the Sims 4, no Sims 5 being made, and they're just going to continue to expand on the Sims 4, which I am all for. See what I did there? Anyways, I'm all for it because I have almost every expansion pack except for the business and hobbies. I need to get it. But I do have like 90% of these DLC. I've spent a lot of money and a lot of energy and years into this game, so having a Sims 5 just wouldn't even be necessary. And honestly, Enjoy itself feels like what Sims 5 would have been. Also, I want to get into some Enjoy content. My computer can handle Sims 4 most of the time. It cannot handle Enjoy. It can a little bit. I have to play on the lowest of settings, but it's okay. I'll work on getting a better PC in the future, but I do want to crank out some Enjoy content. I also need to get back on the 100 CAS challenge that I created and kind of just abandoned after one episode. I need to get back on that because I like that idea, and it forces me to make more Sims and to branch out and to increase my creative Sim abilities, which is important to me. That's like my favorite part of the game. But back on Enchanted by Nature, from what I played, also I made some rainbow fairies for Pride Month, and I put those fairies in the game. I gave them all their wings, so they are officially fairies. Also had to re-upload them so that they were registered as fairies, but also so that, because I had taken out some CC, and so I just needed to fix them. So that will be found on my gallery, but you have to check, and you have to check custom content included, because I did use custom content. However, I did put those Sims in the game with Ella, and I just saw them everywhere, and it was just so cool. Overall, so far I'm really liking the pack. We are coming to the end of this creative Sim. It went by much quicker than I expected it to. Be sure to check out my TikTok because I'm posting Sims and other kinds of content on there. And also stay tuned for Ella Enchanted by Nature. That being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon.